Welcome to Rom Wills, Money Matters. Don't trick off your money. Now, you know, I usually try to keep the relationship stuff off of this channel, but let's just be real. A lot of guys have no problems with tricking and spending their money to get some sex, paying for prostitutes all the time, or even worse, paying for numerous companionship online. I read somewhere people paying just to talk to what they think to be a woman. I was like, ain't this some stuff? Look, I'm gonna tell you something now. One of the best ways to manage your money is not to trick it off. Now, some people say, well, I got a trick to get a woman. No. If you follow me on this channel, I'm telling you on my main channel how to get a woman without spending money on her as a trick. Now, this ain't saying don't take her out or something like this, but you getting fair exchange. You getting fair exchange. And plus, you can treat her to all of that, but let's be real. Tricking is basically you giving her money for either companionship and or sex. And I'm saying you can get sex and companionship anyway. And then if you talking about a relationship, that's totally different anyway, because that's you benefiting from that. If you marrying, getting a house, car, and everything, you benefiting from it. So you're not giving it to her. My point is, don't just give a woman money for it. You spending a lot of money that could be going to something else, and plus, it makes more sense to develop the skills where you don't have to. See, that's one of the things on my main channel. I'm telling you how to get companionship, how to get sex without making it a business thing. Now, I understand, you know, every now and then, maybe you're going out of town in another country or something and you just want to take care of it. But we're talking about spending the money. Now, there's always some people say it's not tricking if you got it. Yes, it is. Because think about it. That money should be for yourself. Think about how much money you might have spent like on online dating, or paying for some prostitute, or even paying for an acceptable hoe, an acculturated prostitute. Shout out Pimp guy, he uses the term acceptable hoe. Think about all that money you spent, or even to be a sugar daddy or something like that. Think about all the money you spent. What could that money have gone into? Especially now. Now, yeah, I know there's plenty of women out there, they on that acculturated prostitution thing to get money, but what money are you getting? What happens if your job comes under the gun? Because we got a lot of stuff coming up. Last week I talked about pay attention to all these layoffs and strikes. A lot of people who are making money, they might be without it. That same money you spending on a woman, you tricking on a woman, could be going into your savings. It could be because, trust me, even in a acculturated prostitution thing, or even in a sugar daddy thing, once you out of that money, she ain't gonna want to be around. See, you want to, first of all, you want to have the type of woman who wants to be with you. See, that's the woman who's going to stick with you when you're going through a downtime in your business, or you get laid off, or, you know, you ain't working because you're on strike. That's the type of woman you want. And then even on that woman, when you spend some money, it's not really, you benefiting from it anyway. You benefited from it. Oh, and just real quick, a lot of people say, well, if you're spending time with her, that's spending something. Well, she's spending her time with you. She's spending her time with you. So fair exchange is no robbery. People need to get off of that argument. But I want you to think about it. What are you really getting from it? First of all, that woman, you might think you're getting something, but women's sex workers and stuff, they have disdain for men. So you're spending money on a woman who has disdain for you. She's pretending. And deep down, you know, she don't really feel, whatever she says, she don't feel that way about you. And then I've known some guys who've paid a lot of money. They might have traveled and everything, paid for some women, and they don't feel any better. So what good is it? What's she really bringing? Seriously, what is she really bringing to the table? But you save that same money and then deal with some women who sincerely want you, and develop yourself so they will sincerely want you, will go a whole lot further. Heck, she will use her money to help. Because let's talk about that situation. People say, well, if you get married or something, first of all, women working themselves these days. I don't give a shit what they say about some 50-50 or they want 100%. Only the acculturated prostitutes want that. Women, grown women today know they gotta put something to it. So yeah, y'all got that house together. Yeah, you might be paying the mortgage, but she might be paying the electricity or something. Or she paying for the food. I know a woman whose husband who's making, he's making like maybe $500,000. But yet she'll still pay for it. She still pays for the insurance. You know, you want that woman who's going to work with you. But see, when you're dealing with a woman and you're just tricking on a woman, all you're doing is wasting the time. The time you could be using to develop yourself and develop your business, develop some real money, invest in some real things, and really go further. Because to me, that's a waste of time. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm a person who never had to trick. That's why I was like, no, I've been with too many women for free. I've been with some women, they paying my stuff. Pay for the dates and everything. So I'm like, oh, I can save money. In my book, Sexual Chemistry, I talked about a character I used from a case study. I had a case study in there. It was based on several people, several young men I had talked to. And the character, he was able to start a business because the women he went out with didn't require that he spent money. Shoot, so that's even an economic thing to develop yourself with women. Because the less money you spend on them, you can use for yourself. And you can use it to build up more money. What do you really get back when you spend on her? That's not an asset. That's not an asset to you. Only way you can make money off of what she's doing is if you're a pimp. You're not a pimp, right? No. She just taking your money. Your money, she's a wealth reducing liability. Let me say that again. She's a wealth reducing liability. You just paying. You can't even say, oh, it's not even a car which you can get a good trade in for. They just taking the money. Meanwhile, you need to be using that same money, you putting it into some income producing assets, or even just a good savings account. You can use that money for more. And you're not spending it. And then, like I said, you can get a woman for free. All you have to do is most you have to do is give her some time, and no, you're not spending that because she's giving you her time. Fair exchange. But seriously, you got to think about that. There's a lot of dudes out here broke because they're spending it all on women instead of using it to actually make some money. So don't trick off your money. And if you feel like you're in a position to trick off or that's all you can do, well, you need to listen to what I talked about on my relationship channel. You need to hit the gym. You need to get your mind right. Because the women will come, and indeed the women will help you. Because if I was reading in a magazine, it was a Inc. magazine. They was talking about the 5,000 fastest growing businesses. And they focus on like privately owned businesses and everything. They did a survey of the CEOs, the owners and everything. 86% of them were married. And let me say that again, 86% of them were married. If you're going to deal with a woman, she has to be an asset to you. Her very presence needs to be putting money in your pocket, not taking out, all right? So don't trick off your money. Really think about what I'm saying. So y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money. Not the trick though. Peace, y'all.